Hi, boo-boos. Happy almost Halloween, right? Tonight is glamorous, old Hollywood kind of Halloween designs. Not scary, but with a little bit of drama, a little bit of spook to it, but a whole lot of glitz and glam. Like, this really speaks to me. This is the kind of Halloween nails I would want to wear. So I'm just setting up my tip holder. If I have not shown you before which adhesive I use, this is it. I get this over at Lowe's. Blue Stick reusable adhesive putty. And y'all, this is so sticky. I'm not kidding you. The one I was getting, I could use it one time and it was gone. And this, you can see, I'm using over and over and over. And it's cheap. It's maybe like $2.47, $2.87 something a package. But anyway, that's at the Lowe's home store. What am I looking at? Hardware store. All right, so we're going to set this up. We're going to use coffin shape nails today. I'm just using some coffin press-on nails. And we have to use the size nail that actually fits my little fake hand here because we're going to model these on her when we're done. So there is middle finger. This is pointer finger. Pointer, middle, ring finger here, and pinky. Sometimes you have to adjust this putty on the peg that's going to hold the pinky nail because too much putty means it's going to spill over on the side of here. So let's change that and put a fresh piece on because we want a little itty bitty piece here. Just like that. There we go. And in case anyone has never told you this, these are just press-on nails. They're plastic press-on nail tips. If no one has ever told you, ding, 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 Miss Tracy's about to tell you a little secret. You can use any nail tip primer, any sticky nail primer. Let me rephrase that. Sticky nail primer to apply to these plastic nail tips, and you don't have to buff them before you put your polish on then. So this works. Those of you that have this brand, here's a Profix. This is Profiles brand. I also have sitting here, let's see. Oh, here we go. Elegant Glass, Fusion brand. So any sticky primer will work on these. It does not matter what brand. And here's what you do. Just give it an all over good little coat here. What this does is the primer starts to melt that first layer of the plastic just a barely little tiny bit. Not a lot, but it fuses. It's like a double-sided sticky tape. It fuses into the layer of this press-on nail, and then the top side of it is extremely sticky to hold your product. Now, what I like to do is none of these primers have to be cured under the lamp, but I do it anyway. I'm going to stick this in the lamp for 30 seconds, and just let that just kind of set and dry. So yeah. Again, use what brand that you like or what you have on hand. Maybe you have one that you didn't particularly like for client use. Use it on stuff like this. Okay, I've pulled out my coffee reflective glitter set. This is the espresso. There's one in here called Percolator that's silver. I'm going to grab this for these old Hollywood glam nails tonight. The others we don't need, but it does all come in a set. If you don't have this, they are highly reflective. You know that reflective gel polish everybody wearing, honey? This is the same thing in powdered glitters, and they're all coffee colored. We have mocha, java, mud, cafe, percolator, and I don't remember the name of that one. I named them and I don't remember the name of it. Cuppa. So we're going to use this one. We want these nails to kind of have a super soft and sheer look about them, but we also want them to be glammed up because these spiders that I'm going to teach you to do tonight are just really, really elegant, but you can make them spooky at the same time. And I'll show you a spooky one using the same technique. So I'm just using a very sheer pink on these. This is something that all of us have in our gel polish collection. Are some like a sheer bridal pink. You know, you buy these pinks, some of them, not this one in particular, but some of them you guys have purchased and you're like, ah, I didn't know that was going to be sheer. I wanted something more opaque, but for a project like this, it's perfect. So you definitely want a sheer bridal pink, and I'm going to do probably two coats of this. 2 colors. Y'all can tell I have moving brain this week, right? So if you're watching live tonight, or that little red live button up in the top of there, today is actually Tuesday, and I am pre-recording this live session for tonight because I didn't want you to miss your class. But we have moved all weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was the big move of our headquarters. And in case you don't know, everything in the store tonight is 20% off. So your discount code is listed right below on the screen right here. And you can shop till your heart's content and use that code, but it goes away at midnight tonight. And one more coat of this sheer pink. If you do acrylic nails, you can put down, you could use like a cover pink acrylic and avoid this step. If you use rubber base, you can use a pink rubber base and avoid this step too. This is just if you are gel polishing either your client or your press-on nail. You know, we have to look at things differently now because not everything is done on a human. The pandemic has changed the beauty industry in such a way. There are many, many facets of our business now. So I try to keep that in mind when I am preparing things for you guys. So yeah. All right, let's give that another 30-second cure. So the gel polish I used, we stock on a regular basis, but it is out of stock at home office right now. The name of that is called Spa. And again, it is out of stock, but as soon as that comes back into stock, we will have that. All right, you guys, the middle fingers are going to be different. So let's pull these off of here for now because the other fingers are all going to have the same kind of nail art on them. And this gel polish does have a sticky layer, and the nail art is going to be sugared on top of the nail, which means the nail art is not going to get a top coat over. It's going to have a tiny bit of texture to it. So let's top coat these with a, let's just use a no white top coat. I think we can use this. The NSI Glaze and Go would be really pretty on here. Just a thin coat all over. Now this top coat is a much thicker viscosity than what let's say a shellac, a gelish, an orally, just a standard gel polish top coat. This is much thicker viscosity than that. If you need to add some strength into the nail without putting a builder layer underneath, then this is the top coat you need to reach for. This is in our store. This is probably one of our best sellers, is the NSI Glaze and Go. We love this top coat. I just discovered this recently. I don't know why I did not know about this before, but now it's like I can't do my nail work without it. Same thing with top coats. Let them sit and level just a tiny bit before you put it under the lamp. If you have product that floods and runs into the cuticle while it's trying to level, then you've put too much on. You're letting it level to get rid of the brush strokes, really. And let's go with pinky nail here. Got a little bit heavier on the gel polish on the pinky nail. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to notice it that much once I get the artwork on. So these 3 fingers are going to be the Glamour spider webs. All right, do you see that straight light line? Obviously you see a round one and then you see a long one. That's because of all the lights I've got going in here, but you don't see any breaks in that line. If you did, my nail surface would be bumpy. I preach a straight light line over and over and over and over. All right, we need some black magic on this little palette. Black magic and white magic are great for painting detail with because it has those nano pigments in it, which means the pigments are so closely together that when you paint detail with this, the gel polish doesn't spread everywhere. Y'all know what I'm talking about with that, don't you? Yes, honey, you do. So we're going to go into our 15mm and our 9mm brush. This has the kind of like a striper brush on one end and a shorter detail brush on the other. And we're going to need both of these. Okay. I'm just making sure I don't have anything in my brush. No. Make sure your top coat is cured. Yes. All right. We're going to go into the black. Okay, I'm going to come in way close so you can see what I'm going to do here. Using the 15mm end of that brush right here. Let's just put kind of like a little sideways curvy line here. Nothing too crazy. I need a little bit more paint. See there? Let's establish where the middle of this nail is, which is about right here. And I'm just going to go, since this line is curvy, I'm going to make this one a little bit curvy also. I'm going to go back into our paint. I want you to load your brush every time. And now, like we're slicing a pizza, another curvy line there. Back into your paint. Curvy line here. I keep saying paint, but y'all know what I'm using. Black Magic gel polish. And another curvy line here. You see, we kind of have a nucleus point right there. Load your brush again. Be sure you're not getting, you know, fat bulbs of paint on the end of that brush. Keep it nice and tiny. And there. And you can see none of those are straight, and that's quite all right. And you can also see Black Magic's not really going anywhere either. She's kind of staying put. All right, so switch the end of your brush. Go into the 9mm now, because now we're going to put the little, I don't even know what they're called. I call them the little tongs on our spider web here. And those are going to be like upside down U shapes. So you really need that brush wiped out to a skinny little point. And you can either do them this way. If you're working on a human, you would have to upside down. Or if you're working on press-on nails, you can turn it up this way. Either way, it's almost like you're making a mermaid scale. So between two of those, sorry about that. And I want you to do all of these before you cure anything. You can't flash cure this along the way because we're going to sugar this. If you flash cured it, then it's not going to hold your glitters. So be very careful. Now where this one is at, we have to make these match. We have to have a row of these all the way across here. Are y'all seeing what I'm doing there? Need one there. And we need one here. Where you put this first entire row at, that's where establishes where the rest of your webbing is going to go. So now we'll put one here. Just a little gentle curve. We'll put one here. I think we can fit one here. We'll put one here. Oh, she's pretty. Now right here, look, we want to make this join up. So we get one there. Let me put a little bit more paint. You want enough paint on here so that it holds your reflective glitters. If you're painting too light, you won't have enough wet paint to hold those. And now here. Take your time and go slow. Do not get in a hurry on this webbing because look how pretty that's going to be. Now, if you're painting on a human, then you would need to paint it this way. Here. You wouldn't be painting that upside down per se. Here. And honestly, I think we can fit one here on the side. I must have had black gel polish on my finger and touched that at some point. And then here. All right, this is where the magic happens. Now that's all wet paint. Open your percolator. Reflective glitters, and you're not seeing the reflectiveness per se under this light. I'll show you how to make that happen here in a second. And I just grab another little nail tip and sprinkle. You don't want to spill these because they're expensive. And yeah, these are really pretty glitters. There's what we've got so far. Let's put this in the lamp and give it a 60-second cure, and then we'll dust clean that up when it comes out. All right, let's keep going because we got two more, and we don't want to do the webbing the same way on all of them. So this one, let's do the opposite way. About like that. Again, these do not have to be straight lines. I'm just going to rock on through this one. Since you watched me paint the first one, I'll show you how quick and easy this is. You want to load that brush with paint every single time. Right there. And let's see, let's use this one right here to establish where our webbing is going to go. So we'll do 1 and 2 and 3. Now let's just keep moving right along with that. Here, here, here. See how easy And honestly, there's no right and wrong way to do a spider web. If you want to change up your webbing, do it. If you want to add another one down here, do it. Okay, for those of you painting upside down, you would do yours this way. Yui, Yui, Yui. Oops. Yui, Yui. And can we fit one more? Let's see. Yui. Yep. And we're going to glitter that. This is what we call sugaring. This is a sugaring technique because it stays texturized. And let's get that one in the lamp for 60. And where we go put this one? I don't know. Let's do this one a little different. Okay, Pinky, now we're going to do a little bit differently. We're going to go up this direction. So start right here in the middle, a little tiny curvy line. The one in the middle is going to be the longest. And then on each side, a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter. A little bit shorter. And a little bit shorter. Now, because this is the open end of the spider web, our webbing has to go on here, turned up the opposite direction. So we'll start our webbing right here. I'll show you what I mean. So this one will just kind of set the tone for where we put the webs. Right here, and these are getting shorter, so I'm just going to run that just like it's off the edge of the nail there. It doesn't even have to be particularly connected to anything. This kind of has like a Medusa look to it. And then here, here, and here. That's pretty cool, huh? Let's glitterize that one. And into the lamp for 60. All right, guys, when those come out of the lamp, you're going to need a little stiff brush to get in here and really clean up these webs. Oh my word. Let me kill a couple of lights because you're getting lots of reflection here so you can see. Child, won't you stop it? This would be the Halloween nails Miss Tracy be wearing. I might have a country accent, honey, but there's nothing else country about me. All right, so let's get all of these bad boys. Let's clean all these off. And these will stay sugared. They do not need a top coat. They're not going to stay sugared for 5 weeks, but if your client comes every 2 to 3 weeks, they'll be fine. She can wash her hands. You can wash your hands. Now, I don't recommend cleaning in bleach with these, and we all know that you should wear gloves when you do dishes. My opinion was always, child, if you go spend money to pay me to do this kind of nail art, you need to take care of it when you get home. But look at that. It's amazing. All right, let me show you how to paint the spider. Now, spider goes over a matte finish nail. Let me turn my light back on. So let's go ahead and let's do some no shine on this, because we may chrome her little legs, or I just broke my tip holder. We might chrome something on her as well. And we'll want this no shine down just in case we do. This is the matte top coat for nail artists. It will not chrome the background. It will only chrome the design that you technically have made. All right, in we go. Let me give you a spider painting lesson. Can I do that? So our spider body we're gonna do is made up of two shapes. First of all, the head is gonna be pretty much round. Let me get in frame, Thelma. Right there. The body we want kind of egg-shaped. About like that. Now, we know that spiders only have 8 legs, but I can put more legs on my spider if I wanna, right? Sure we can. So the first set of legs are notched in right here. Let me show you with my purple pen. You see this area? Right in there is where we're going to put the legs. So the first little legs, 1, 2, that's 2 legs, and then we have 2 more legs that come out kind of this way. And then we have 2 more legs that have to come down this way. So still, they're notched right in here. 1, okay. Now I have painted a spider before, and I've done 2 extra little somethings back in here for a really scary looking spider. I'm sure this spider has a name. I don't know my spiders that well. But that's kind of the setup that we're going to do for Mrs. or Mr. Spider. All right, we've got some matte top coat on here because we still got plenty of black magic there. And what we're going to do is make this black magic kind of look marbled in the background. In other words, I don't want to sit this just on a plain old paint nail. So let's grab us a different brush. Let's go into our little universal brush here. She looks like this. Let's grab a tiny bit of this black. I'm just putting a little acetone in with it. And that's what we're going to do. Just like that. We're going to clean off our brush. We want all of the paint out of the brush, so just dry wipe it. Now we're going to go into straight acetone. We're going to watch this chemical reaction take place here. Remember, we've already put a top coat on here, so this acetone is not going to penetrate enough to disturb the nail underneath. Don't worry, you're just using a tiny bit. Oh yeah. And when that gets to where you like it, you're just going to pop it in the lamp and cure it. For sure. Alcohol ink or marbling, you guys, always has to go over a matte top coat. We wouldn't be able to achieve this on a slick, shiny top coat or a surface, or even a surface that's got a tacky layer in it. It just doesn't look quite as pretty. Okay, there's a little kind of Hollywood spooky background now. Let's cure that. All right, let's make sure she is on that tip really well. Now I'm going to turn this upside down because I'm going to paint my spider to face this direction. I have a dotting tool. Let's put the head on first. Oops, make sure you don't have any stuff on there. I do. Hold up. Because that'll make your dot go wonky, right? There we go. And I want her little head about right there. Try to get that little head as round as you possibly can. And now let's put the body on. I think I'm actually going to use the larger end of my dotting tool for that. This is a gelish dotting tool. Somebody gave me this in a class because I had got somewhere to teach a class and forgot my dotting tool. And she's like, here, take mine. I have an extra. If you're watching, I don't remember who you are, but thank you. So now we're starting that little egg formation. Now grab your brush, grab that 9mm detail into the Black Magic and give her a little fat body. Like she has just sucked somebody's blood, honey. Give her a Miss Tracy body. I've always been a curvy girl, even when I've been smaller. I've still always been curvy, and when I've been smaller, it's because I've been sick. I have Crohn's, so when my Crohn's is out of remission, I'll get down to probably about a size 8. Otherwise, I'm a solid 14, honey. And thankfully, I'm in remission. Can't have it both ways, can you? All right, I want you to cure that much because when we start putting our legs on here, we don't want to make a boo-boo on these legs and mess up this much of it. So let's put this in the lamp for 30. And you can make this little darling as scary or as prissy as you want to, really. All right, let's get the legs on. Remember how I showed you how to draw that? Let's do the first one. Let's do it about right here. And you're going to have a really good detail brush for this. Because you don't want no chubby legs, honey. Let's get the next one about right here. And they don't have to be even. Oh, I like that one. Look, she looks a little scary. Now let's put a second one in. And my second one, I think I'm going to let overlap a little. Let's go this way and right there. And then over here, maybe we'll do the second one about like that. Yep. Let's cure that. I'm having you do little freeze cures along the way because I don't want you to touch anything and mess it up. And secondly, I'm looking through a camera lens, you guys, and my depth perception, I say it all the time, my depth perception is off looking through this thing. So yeah, when I hit the nail on the head, we're going to freeze that baby into place. Now let's put 2 back legs on. And you can have these come down as long as you want to. One. And that one, I want to have a distinct joint in it. Are you seeing how I don't want these spider legs to be even? They're not even because then if they're all even, it looks too planned. And this way, it kind of does look like she's crawling. You know what I'm saying? let's see, let's go here. And then I'm gonna have this little leg. Whoopsie, see, that's my camera lens. That's my camera lens. Hold on, let me clean that one up. She just tore a part of her leg off. This little leg, I'm gonna curve again. I'm gonna have it come there. And we can always tweak these if we need to. Yeah. And then I want a little shorter leg, I think, right on this side. Is that how I want that? Not really. See, that's why it's good to freeze cure the body, because I can go right in here and wipe out that little leg. I'm doing this the first time with you. Let's add the other one here. And let's go all the way over. All right, guys, let's add the last little leg in here, and I think we're gonna do, let's go out this way, and then we're gonna make this cross over. Let's just have it run off the nail there and come back in here. Yeah, there we go. All right, put this in the lamp and give this a full 60-second cure, and then we're gonna top coat this. Okay, let's put a matte top coat over this because we want to seal all of this up before we start to make our little Spider Woman dimensional. Let's put that in the lamp. All right, y'all, so I pulled out two of my, these are the Color My Mood color changing glitters. You guys, these come in a set of 12, and I don't have my set in front of me because it's already made it across town to the other location. You can look at that online. It's called Color My Mood, and these are, like, these are exquisite. Look at this. It totally changes color when it's used over black. So I'm going to use this one on the pink nail. If you want yours to look like mine, it's essential that you have these, and they're not expensive. It's $20-something for a set of 12, and you get a 5-gram jar of each one. And there's all kind of different sizes in there. Ooh, honey. So we're gonna put this on the big part of her belly, not her head, but her belly. So to make that happen, we need a little bit of outshine. Where's outshine? Here we go. This is a no wipe top coat as well, but I love this for sinking my glitters into. So here's what we're gonna do. Clean out your detail brush. Make sure you don't have any white or any black in there. So a tiny bit of alcohol on your paper towel and just wipe it. Pick up that outshine on your brush and just very lightly paint in the belly. Super light. You don't want this popped up yet. You're going to use this outshine like glue. So right now what we're doing is we are applying the quote-unquote glue for the color changing, the Color My World chameleon paillettes. Fill all that in. There you go. Now let's dump just a little bit of these in the top of there because I want some of all of the sizes that I can pick up. I think I got two. Wouldn't you know, I only want one. I want one big one kind of off to the side, and then I want to pick up these little itty bitties here. And we're just going to sit these down into that wet layer. Come on, get off my brush. I'm going to use some of both color. . 'Cause You see how I'm putting the little ones kind of around the perimeter? Now let's open this one. Let me get some of her in the lid. Right here. This one goes from like orange to green. I've never seen anything quite like these. They're so, so pretty. So I'm just wanting to fill in the back of this little spider with both of these colors. Yeah. Now let's pop just a little bit of that outshine over that big blue one I laid in there. And let's grab a couple of these little cinnamon colored ones and just pop right on the top. Now, just make it look really irregular. Try not to make it look placed. All right. I think I'm happy with that. I think. All right, let's cure that. And pop that back in the lamp. Now, let's go back into the outshine. And we're going to drop in a clear layer over top of the little belly here. Be very careful. If you get this too thick, it'll run outside of your little spider. Just a nice little thin layer. And now grab a bead on the end of that brush and drop it. Once it levels out, put it in the lamp. Oh yes. You kind of see how we're doing the same thing on each one. Oh my goodness. Let me kill a couple of lights here. Oh man, that's pretty. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now I'm going to put one more top coat over that because I want that popped up just a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. Just a little bit here. Don't go crazy. I know that's hard for you to see on camera. It's even harder for me to see on camera. But what I'm doing is just putting one final top coat over this whole entire little bug body, little spider body. Very thin, thin top coat. And we're going to cure. So this is where we start adding the 3D elements into the spider. We are going to widen out these legs. Now I do want you to have a little bit more paint on your brush. And we're going to press. And then we're going to let up. And we're going to press really hard. And let up. Press and let up. This is what makes the joints in the spider legs. Press and let up on the pressure. See there? Press. And I'm actually going to press again and add a joint in the middle of that one. And press. Press. And press again. Press and let up. Ooh. Press and let up. Press. Press down and let up. Just load up your brush with plenty of paint when you're there. When you're doing these little legs like this. Press. And press. Because what we put down was just kind of like a sketch. And there we go. Yep. Yep. We're going to pop up her little head a little bit more too. You thought we were done. You thought we were done when we just sketched her on, right? Yeah. And I think we're going to stop right there. Let's cure that. There's what she looks like so far. Now I'm going to pull out our silver metallic gel paint. And I'm also going to pull out, look at this, you guys. Talk about chrome. Now y'all can leave these legs popped up like that if you want to. They'll need a top coat over it, but I'm going to chrome my legs. So I'm going to take this No Shine. And I'm just going to go right up to that little body. I'm just going to matte these. Don't put it on the body that you did. There's no easy way to do this with your top coats. Just take the extra time and, you know, put it over the legs. I guess we could have popped those on there earlier, but yeah, I tend to work a little bit differently. My brain thinks differently. Yeah, there we go. And in the meantime, let's just wipe this down. It doesn't have a residue on it by any means, but we're getting ready to do some chrome here. So let's just make sure we don't have any fingerprints or anything that would catch this chrome. All right. Silver chrome gel. And now we want to emphasize. Press, let up on the pressure. Press and let up on the pressure. But you want to still see the black. Do you see that black shadow around it? Press. These are very broken spider webs, or spider legs, rather. And press. Press here. And let up on the pressure. Oh yeah. I love seeing this come to life. I love it. What shall we name this spider? Tallulah. And here we're going to cross over. Right up in here, press and let up on the pressure. The harder you press, the wider the line gets. And press. Again, this is our silver chrome metallic gel paint I'm using. And then I'm going to chrome it with Angel Ice. This little leg has a few broken turns to it, and that's okay too. Child, won't you stop it? Now right up here where her little head is at, I want to do something like a little collar. Boing, right there. That just kind of distinctively separates her body from her head. And then I'm not going to put her no scary eyes. I'm just going to put 2 little dots of chrome where her eyes would be. You can get this real scary with some fangs and all that stuff too, honey. But I'm not going to do that. Let's cure that much. Now, I only want you to cure this for 10 seconds because technically you can chrome this metallic gel paint and you don't have to put a top coat over it. But if you cure it longer than 10 seconds, you do. So in we go for 10. Only 10. Here's this little baby. She coming along too. Oh, I'm not done with this. Let me get my baby dotting tool while that's under my 10-second timer. And I am going to dot just some little silver dots around her belly. 1. You know what? I don't like those. I thought I would, and I don't like it. So the beauty is, since everything else is cured into place, just take a little brush, a tiny little bit of acetone, and swipe that off of there. Yeah. I like it better without it. All right, let's put the top back on here. Let's go into Silver Angel Ice right here. You can put this on with a brush. You can put it on with your fingertip. Whatever. I'm going to grab, I want my smudge brush right here. The fan, the baby fan brush, and the smudge brush. Because I can control it a little bit better with the smudge end. All right, go in Angel Ice. Tap. And this is only going to stick to the silver paint that we put down. Look at that. This gives a little bit of variety from the silver reflective glitters that we had over on the other nails that go with this. And you only need a teeny bit of this. This has got a really pretty hollow rainbow in it also. Now see how it only stuck to the silver? Isn't that pretty? Smudge it all in. Now remember, we only cured that for 10 seconds, so I want you to get this back in the lamp and fully cure that silver gel. 60 more seconds for me.